Today is his biggest match later on in the day, 10-2 against CMQ. So we're going to see if they're both still undefeated when we get there, who the top dog really is.
That's going to be an interesting match, and Will and I were both talking before, and they were asking us.
I'd like to see Lucifer break it out.
And the Bone Pit. This might be the first time we've seen this arena in
I'm
the
a
Crown
huge
Championship.
fan of Bone Pit. I like desert worlds and sand planets, so I'm okay with Bone Pit. We don't see it enough.
So Unstoppable cycling here. Lucifer just kind of waiting to see what Unstoppable does. Plays an Ice Golem in the back left-hand side. And Unstoppable coming down with the Elixir Pump.
We mentioned last week that in the early couple seconds of the game, most times you don't want to make a big commitment. You want to see what your opponent's playing. Unstoppable is just kind of playing just, garbage time stuff, just wasting
the
time.
Poison's going to come out here from Lucifer, and these bats are going to get a lot of damage. The Ice Spirit's going to come down. Night Witch, almost full health, locks onto the tower. Zap comes down, and this tower might be gone. And bats.
Maybe.
194, 127. Oh, just barely.
The most important thing about that push news is that Lucifer was able to get value not just on the defenders, but also on the Elixir Pump. Sometimes when people defend on the far outside of the tower, you can't poison both. But being able to poison defenders and Elixir Pump made that an incredibly valuable poison, made that a whole attack even better than it already was.
Yeah, that was a fantastic poison placement by Lucifer. He was able to get the tower, the pump, and whatever Unstoppable played next to it.
Yeah, it was Goblin Gang, I believe, so real good all around. Lava Hound comes out for Unstoppable. We could be seeing a Lava Loon deck out of here, or we've seen increasingly people switch to Lava Graveyard or just a more traditional Lava deck with the Lost Wars. It is Lava Loon.
There's the balloon. The Ice Spirit's going to jump onto the Battle Ram here, but I think the Battle Ram... Oh, no, the minions are going to come down. But the Poison will clean up the minions. The Barbarians are going to get some good damage. And Lucifer actually caught the pump on the tail end. I thought he missed it.
Yeah, that was a very, very good placement. Very unfortunate for Unstoppable there.
This left-hand tower's done.
Yeah, donezo. This first game, this is not a real good matchup for you either, to be fair. Like, just in general, looking at Lucifer's decks, all the cards he's played so far, it seems like he's got a really good way to punish it. Night Witch is really difficult for Lava Hound decks because you got to figure out a way to deal with the bats. But if you just completely ignore the Night Witch, she just keeps making bats over and over again.
Now, we've actually seen an increase of use in Fireball into the Three Musketeer deck, but Lucifer's playing Poison. Do you think he has Three Musketeers, or do you think... we haven't seen Pump from Lucifer, so probably not. But I think we've only seen 7 cards.
Yeah, he might be taking the Bandit Night Witch aspect of it, but you're right, I haven't seen... He's got the Poison in there. It doesn't strike me as the same deck.
Oh, the Inferno Dragon, that was the last card.
There it is.
So that Inferno Dragon deck that's been kind of increase and rise in popularity in challenges and tournaments here.
And Unstoppable Lightning, so the King Tower knows it's over.
He knows it's over. Battle Ram's going to connect. Lucifer getting the first 3 crown of the day.
That is the potential of balance updates. We talk about these players. Every time there's a look at that Tampa Bay Buccaneers shirt. As a resident of Tampa, Florida myself, I gotta respect that shirt. Put the fist up, Lucifer. I'm rooting for you.
Well,
only been available for what, 24 hours? Not hardly, 30?
Well, the challenge has been available for 24 hours.
Yeah, so it's
the bats. If you don't do the challenge, you can't unlock the bats.
Right, and it's got to be hard to level them up. I wonder how many of these players have bats but don't have them to tournament cap yet.
I think that
we're playing friendly battles.
Friendly battles,
you're right.
Friendly battles, yeah. An Expo coming out from Unstoppable, though. Low 5 will be pleased.
Yes, and then Zap comes down. It actually retargets it onto the Battle Ram. Oh, good Ice Spirit there coming down, freezing it all up. This Expo might actually lock on.
Oh, the Bandit's going to charge onto the Expo and take it. Oh, 1 bolt, 20 damage.
That was a good play there. I think he used an Ice Spirit to freeze the Expo and not just deal some damage, but let the Bandit hit it.
So Lucifer could have been in a sticky situation there, but Unstoppable tried to get that Expo to lock on, but Lucifer is able to defend.
If I play a pump, my opponent plays an Expo, and I get out of that with less than 200 damage onto my tower, I'm high-fiving myself all day, so you gotta be happy with that.
And now Lucifer has 2 pumps onto the field, so let's see what he can do here. Executioner going to come down. The Battle Ram will come out as well. I think that's a little too far back, but the Bandit comes down to tank, and the Battle Ram might fall to the Executioner. Oh!
And it locks on, because there's a split second where the Battle Ram does not exist, but the Barbs are not on the field yet.
Yeah.
In that opening, we are seeing the Expo lock on, and look at that, 1,000 damage.
It is getting so much value. And Lucifer has a pretty healthy pump on that left-hand side. Let's see if he opts to pump here.
Yeah, the question is, do you keep pumping or not? One thing he could do was play that pump a little further up. Play it a few tiles forward to be a second meat wall. Because even if it takes the Expo like 20 seconds to kill it, you get 2 pumps in that 20 seconds while you're otherwise, distracting it, Ice Golems out, doing all that stuff.
No, the Fireball's going to come down onto the pump there.
If I'm Unstoppable, I think I just switched to a Fireball cycle at this point, right? 3 Fireballs away. Fireball comes out, now we see the 3 Musketeers.
Expo is a very favorable matchup against 3 Musketeers because you can play that Expo defensively and just pick off the Musketeers as they come down.
But right now, Expo's out of cycle, Fireball's out of cycle, Battle Ram's coming down the other side, and we talked about how powerful and resilient this deck is. You're seeing it right now.
Yep, Tornado's gonna pull everything together. The Fireball misses a Musketeer. The Barbarians are locked onto the tower. Bandits on the left-hand tower doing some serious damage. Ice Spirit is gonna get taken away by the Bats, and the Bats are swarming the tower. Unstoppable has a Tornado, the Bats away. And I think Lucifer
Look at the Elixir bar. The Elixir
spells.
bar says everything you need to see.
Yep.
Lucifer is like 5 Elixir ahead after all those exchanges. He can get right back into it. So much wasted Elixir by Unstoppable because he had to Tornado those Bats. He's got to put a random like log down over here. He's got to play stuff he doesn't really want to play. And that's letting Lucifer really push the
Yeah, the Bandit's going to get a charge on the tower, and Lucifer is going to be able to take this game with that Musketeer locked on, finishing off the tower. Plays the defensive pump right there.
And how the tides turned.
And Lucifer, he looked to be in serious trouble, and Expo has a favorable matchup, but Unstoppable didn't play that Expo in the center to pick off the 3 Musketeers.
He just didn't have it. I think at one point, once he realized that he could switch to a Fireball cycle plan, we didn't see any more Expos. You're right, we should have seen a defensive center-placed Expo. 3 Musketeers decks, once you see a 3 Musketeer, they don't have big spells.
Let's take a look at the split push that really did a lot of damage. So both of Unstoppable's towers are at full health. So let's keep this in mind. Battle Ram's going to be coming in here. The Tornado misses the Fireball misses 1 Musketeer, and the Battle Ram is doing work on the right-hand side. Musketeers coming in to clean that up. Bandit, Bats on the left-hand side as well. And just like that, 2 full health towers go down to 120.
2 matches in, 8 left to go. These players still have a lot of room to solidify themselves, but remember, this is the final week. By the end of today, we will know exactly who sits where on this ladder. Right now, Unstoppable is looking really in a tight spot. He's 0-4. He still has 3 games left, so he can potentially pull himself out. And Oxlet posturing himself to potentially be top 2. And remember, these players are playing for a $1 million prize pool. There's so much on the line for these guys, and they have to understand what their potential could be.
I'm kind of sad. Unstoppable losing that game.
Yeah.
Unstoppable, super stoppable.
He's very, very stoppable.
Gosh, look at that. First place is $15,000.
Yeah, there's so much money on the line. At least Unstoppable is.
Round robin was for the 15,000, so I was like, yes.
You like
No.
that?
I already got 50.
And for those of you that don't recognize that voice, we have here the legend himself, the undefeated 10-2.